I think we're ready to get started. Good morning. Morning, everybody. How are you today? If you are listening, nobody's listening, though, probably. Anyways, today is Thursday. Come on. Thursday, January 15th. Let me see. As far as news goes, let's look at that first. Why is my computer glitching? Okay. So, news, we had unemployment claims and so some medium impact stuff, manufacturing indexes. So those are already out of the way. Uh, as you can see, we've we've had a lot of movement since overnight. And first of all, when I see something like this, I kind of just not be interested in the morning session, just because it's moved a lot without any retracements whatsoever. My bias would be bullish. I'm not going to chase price. We're already too rich into a premium right now for me to, you know, want to buy it. So, in my opinion, I've missed it today for right now, at least. I wasn't on board, early on. And so I'm not going to chase it. Now, do I have an idea of where it's going to gravitate to? Yes, I do. Uh, but in my opinion, something like this is almost too far gone. And it's not worth it because, like I said, at the tail end of a run or a move, you're going to get a lot of weird, wonky stop runs, that type of price action because it's it's just how it works. Anyway, so daily chart, as we can see, dropped down here yesterday, and if you go back and watch the live stream, the low of the day, it's right at where I said it would be. Uh, This low right here comes in at that volume imbalance on the 4 hour. I'll mark it for you. I'm not trying to gloat or anything like that, guys, but having this skill set can bring you a lot of success if you know how to do it. Boom. Right there. Low of the day. Right there. Now, truth be told, if I was in front of the charts, I probably would have longed that. I would have turtle souped that. I wouldn't have used a lot of risk because turtle soups aren't the strongest part, but of my model. But I still do incorporate them if I am like 100% certain, and I would have been 100% certain about that we would have had a reversal. Anyway, so 4 hour chart, low from yesterday. We've absolutely ripped face up since then with no remorse whatsoever. We have this imbalance. We have this imbalance right here on the 4 hour that was traded through once before, and now we're trading through it again. So if it can close above it on the 4 hour, which this includes a volume imbalance, so it would have to get up here first. So watch for it to close above here and then maybe trade back down in here. That would be the only way that I take a trade today, is if we take these highs right here, which I have marked already, and you'll see on the other chart layouts, I'm just using a blank one so it's pretty clear. But if we take these highs and then we close above this fair value gap on a candle basis, 4 hour candle basis, then I'll be looking for the next candle to draw back down into here, accumulate somewhere down here, and then possibly continue higher. But for that to happen, I mean, it's only today. And so, I mean, we only have 8 hours, and that's two 4 hour candles. So, or no, yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm stupid. Anyways, so that would have to have this one close here, and then this one draw back down and have like a wick. And so, in my opinion, I don't see that really happening. It can, but that's the only way that I would feel comfortable taking some sort of or speculating on some sort of thing on the market. Okay, so yeah, there's the 4 hour. Here's 1 hour right here. Like I said, we have these highs that it's seeking right there, and I'll show you why I had a really strong feeling that we were coming back up here uh, on the other chart. So 1 hour right there, we're basically rebalancing this market maker sell model, market maker buy model. Uh, so let's go just to the 15-minute. So let's go over here. I want to do actually this. Okay, no, I do have it marked like that. So there's that 4 hour imbalance, like I said. We also have this 1 hour inversion fair value gap. I have it marked on the 4 hour. It's a little small. I really like this more though. So as a matter of fact, I'm just going to take that off. And I'll put the middle line here. Because if it closes above it, I would like to see it stay in the upper half and preferably in the upper quadrant. Because that'll solidify my bullishness. I told you yesterday it was just short-term bearishness, guys. But now, after this, are you still bearish, guys? No, it's okay. I didn't expect any of I didn't expect all that price action to happen overnight. So, and it nobody does. I mean, it happens. This purple is a daily volume imbalance right there. So that's just that. I got this wick graded again, so we have the upper quadrant, midpoint, and the lower quadrant. So it was around the midpoint last night, and it left it, and it's staying strong, and now it's above it again. So I really would not like to see it come back down there. I really would not like to see that. Okay, yeah. Um, yeah, it can come back down into this inversion for a value gap right there and stay in the upper quadrant. That would be great. Okay, so let's just go to the 15-minute. So here we have the new week opening gap. And this was, that draw that I had right there because we have these highs reaching for it. Can't touch it. Saw this last night. Saw the wick or on the, hold on the daily. Saw it stay above, or let me see, on the 4 hour, it was staying above that wick. I was like, if it could stay above the midpoint of that wick, we can see it trying to seek this. And boom, it did that overnight. Okay, let's go back here. Let's go back 15 minutes. So I need to adjust these because they're marked incorrectly. So here are the highs for pre-market. Here's the range. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you want to, I mean, definitely it's going to take out that high, folks. I mean, it's definitely going to take out that high. But the question is are you confident enough you're going to get this before or without somebody or without it running against you because you're in a premium. I don't know. You can make that decision on your own. Anyways, so range from pre-market. This right here on the 4 hour is this last up candle right here in this leg. It's the highest one with the body. So extend that as an order block. We see the midpoint is right there. I have that delineated because it's right below or right at the start or the low of the new week opening gap. And it's right above these highs right there. So that could be a possible, sensitive area. So pay attention to that. Let's go back to the 15-minute. Yeah. So here is the midnight opening price. Did we get any retracement whatsoever? No, this thing just screamed up. So, and we're going to have a huge opening range gap, guys. Huge opening range gap. So 25,635, 25,891, over 250 handles for sure. Jeez. Am I going to expect this thing to close fully today? I do not see that. If it is, I was completely wrong about the bias, and we're not bullish. So I'll put it that way. And I don't know how many people would see that coming. What did I want to do? I wanted to decrease this a little bit. So here's the open range gap from yesterday. As you can see, it's starting to close it, or it has fully closed it now. Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. You take out those highs yet? It's about to, it looks like. Yeah. Gotta readjust this again also. So yeah, it is not looking too promising for the morning session. At least I'm just not interested in it. As far as speculating goes, I'll stay on here. I'll comment on price action, but I'm gonna be chilling probably. Probably won't be on here very long. I might stay with y'all till maybe 10:15ish. Yeah, this thing is just absolutely ripping face. Because look, even in the 8:30, we had that, which is all it it was wanting to go down. That's all that it was willing to go down to. So actually, I wanted to mark the first presented fair value gap at the start of pre-market or the start of morning session. So 7 o'clock right there. Where's the first displacement? I would say it's right there. I like that one. You have this one. I like this. I like this one better. See that? Like you have this one right here, that bearish one, but I like that one better. So I'm gonna use that one. It's actually a suspension block, but it's still an inefficiency, so we're gonna treat it like one. Okay. It's already inside the 4-hour bearish order block. It's gravitating up towards the midpoint and the new week opening gap. You have these equal level lows right here with this fair value gap. It's just too overextended, guys. I mean, come on. I know you. I know you guys probably think it's going to come up here too. I know you guys do, and you're probably like, well, if I can just get that, last little, I'll be satisfied, and I'll be done for the day, and I'll make a little bit of money. I won't make as much as I want, but it doesn't matter because I'm profitable on the day. Well, I mean, I mean, are you not satisfied with knowing where it's going to go? No, probably not. I can answer my own question. But it's just one day not taking a trade um, isn't the end of the world. But anyways, we got about 18 more minutes before market open. What chart we want to watch? Watch this on. You want to watch it on the blank one for right now, or you want to watch it on this one? I kind of like this one. I want to keep it on the 1 hour, just because that. Sorry. Let me mute that. Yeah. Yeah, let's keep this on the 1 hour. Let's see here. Oops. Now, What I would like to see, if and this is like the only way that I would be speculating in the morning, and I don't see it doing this, is if it closes or just takes this high, hits the new week opening gap, comes and trades back down inside this inefficiency. Hold on, let me mark it on me. Comes back down into this inefficiency right here. And then starts to trade higher. Because inside this inefficiency, we have the first presented fair value gap from 7 o'clock in the morning. We have the low from pre-market. It comes down, takes this low from pre-market, maybe comes down into this fair value gap, but not hit the midpoint, not hit the midpoint whatsoever. Like maybe come down and touch this candles close. Like that's the lowest that I would allow it to go. Stay inside this inversion fair value gap and gravitate back upwards somewhere here. Maybe like I wouldn't probably, demand it go all the way up here again, because this would have satisfied, the run for me. But I could, if there were equal level highs or, a premium PD array above market price, then I would aim for that. I mean, yes, I'm still, thinking it's going to come up here, but I don't know. I'm not sure if it's going to do that today. Could do it today, could do it tomorrow. It's moved a lot right now. And I mean, yes, it absolutely can keep tearing face and ripping face up. It's just like in the past, when it's moved a lot like this overnight, the morning session in the past has not been good to me, or has not been good price action, good movement, a lot of consolidations, a lot of just nothing. So that's the reason why I'm just like, just don't go into there with high expectations. How about that? Okay, we got about 14 minutes. Here's a new day opening gap all the way down here. I don't think it. I mean, sheesh, it can. It can come all the way down here if it wants to, and then continue up higher. And if it does, then great. We can speculate better now. But right now, this thing is too close to these highs, where I don't think that they would stop short right here, right now at least, and then dump it, and then continue up higher. I don't see that happening. Now, like I said, it could 100% happen. So if we measure from here to here, which is basically that whole run, here's equilibrium. If we were, needing it to draw back down in here before we get a run upwards to here, then we would want to see it gravitate down into a discount, maybe come down into the new week or new day opening gap, stay probably, I would say, I would rather see it stay above midpoint of this order block right here. These down candles, consecutive down candles, are a bullish order block. See if I can't. It doesn't have to be perfect, but midpoint is right above the new day opening gap. So it can come down, touch the new day opening gap, but I'd like to see it stay. And this is all hypothetical. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen. I'm just saying this is what I would, be internalizing if uh, I see something like this happen. So, do I want to keep that on there? Let's see here. Yeah. Uh, where is that? It's right there. Okay. Yeah, we'll keep it on there. So here's equilibrium of, and I know this is confusing, but that's the wick. So don't worry about that. Or just remember that. Or here, I'll do this. I'll do that green dash line. What did it say? 671.25. Oh, I missed it. It's okay. I'll fix it. Okay, so there we go. So we got equilibrium right down there. Like I said, I wouldn't want to see that because I want to see it if it closed above here on a 4 hour basis above this box right there. Like I said, I'd like to see it stay in the upper quarter and even the upper half of that 4 hour imbalance. But if it doesn't close above it, like I said, it can, maybe gravitate down there because until I have a full candle body closure above it, I'm not going to be confident that this thing is reclaimed because that's what this would become again. Um, this thing, you can see what happened. So originally it was bullish, and then it failed, and then it was used as inversion right there, and now it's trading back through it again. And if it closes above it, that would, to me, confirm a reclaimed fair value gap, so it can go back to its original role, which is bullish, which is used for bullishness. So, got about 10 minutes. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Just check in one more time. If I didn't mark anything that I wanted to, we're gonna have a huge premium opening range gap. So again, pay attention to, if it only comes down to the quarter, if it comes down to the midpoint, because like I said, it's going to be it's almost over 300 handles. Like if it gets to 935 before 930, or if it stays above 935 or it gets there and stays above there at 930, then it'll be over 300 handles. And that's absolutely massive. And like I said, for that to close all the way today would be extremely bearish in my opinion. Like if this thing opened up and just dumped down here and seek this low and then seek this and seek this, I'm thinking, dude, we've reversed. So I'm not trying to scare anybody. Okay. I think it already took those highs, didn't it? I think I just saw it take them. No, not yet. Where's the highest one? I think that might be the highest one. It doesn't really matter. They're all just right there. Oh, I don't have my magnet on. I was like, why isn't this thing grabbing? Okay. Alrighty. It's going to take those. Looks like it might take them before even market opens. I'm going to go run to the bathroom real quick. Oh, did it? Yeah, it did. While I was away. It's okay. Uh, but to me, obviously, that's a shallow run. So uh, I expect it to drive through there. Yeah. So it's obviously it's closed above here on a hourly basis. So like I said, only way that I would feel comfortable taking a trade would be uh, it closing and then drawing back down into somewhere right here inside this reclaimed fair value gap as well, and then seeking somewhere up here, not expecting it to, or not really, depending on the timing of it. Also, like if it's 11 o'clock and it comes down into there, like, are you thinking it's going to scream up now? I mean, geez, it can, but that's just in the past. My experience tells me no. So, can we still be profitable? Yeah, maybe. Like I said, it's all dependent on what happens. We don't know. And even though we have an idea, wow, this thing is absolutely screaming. uh, do you got FOMO that you didn't get in right here? Or right there? Uh, that's a huge move, folks. That's over 300 handles, like I said. And I mean, I think the trades that you've seen me been taking are now, granted, like the ones that I took in NFP week are definitely smaller because I I don't trust price action as much as I do on regular uh, days. But I mean, 30 handles, 40 handles. I mean, typically on average, I like 60, 70 for a solid trade for me. And then, if I can hold for, 100 to 120, that's a great trade to me. And that, like I said, is over 300 handles. So if this thing opens up and doesn't close above it before 10 o'clock, um, then I'd want to see it drive through it again, because if it just has a wick, like I said, I'm going to treat that as a shallow run. And like I said, if it pans out to where it can draw back and down into here and then continue higher, then we'll see about that. But for right now, we're just chilling. About 3 minutes. Like I said, if by 10:15 there's nothing, because I mean, just because it draws back down here also doesn't mean it's automatically going to start moving, back up. Because like I said, what has happened overnight? It is absolutely screened up, and it's still screaming up. It's over this. The opening range gap is going to be over 300 handles, guys. That's insane. Like, I know it's like, RJ, like, you're chill out. It's just price action. But when something like this happens, like, it is such a an outlier that you're just like, wow, why is my magnet on there? So it's inside the new week opening gap right now, above the midpoint of the 4-hour bearish order block. The only reason why I have that marked is because of the middle line. I'm going to take this down a little bit. Oh, wrong. We'll do it like that. That's good right there. So you can see price action. Yeah, this thing is just... Man, everybody that was short from here. That's crazy. Into this new day opening gap. Could it just absolutely, run to this high at market open? Yeah, it can. And if it does that, then I'll really be done. Because this is the only, obviously we have these highs over here on the daily chart. But I wouldn't be comfortable, taking any trades above this high. I really wouldn't. And we got less than a minute. So I'm going to go to the opening range chart. And we're going to get the opening range. So these things are going to be stacked. So I'll make it a different color like I did yesterday. So here's where we settled, guys, down there. And this is on the 4-hour chart, by the way. So imagine where we're going to open up in about 20 seconds. We're going to open up right here, guys. Watch it appear also. It's going to be funny. You're going to be like, wow. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go. There it is right there. 923. Oh, we came down a little bit. We missed it, but we're not over 300 handles. Come on. Catch it. There we go. So let's make this, that color. Middle line. We'll make it black. And then I'm going to get the 1/4 or the upper quadrant of it as well. Come on, a little higher. Nope. A little lower. Nope. It's not going to be perfect, but that's okay. Yeah, that's good enough for me. Okay. Yeah. So here's midpoint. Here's upper quadrant. Let's go to 15 minutes. Okay. Say what? I want to watch it on this chart. Yeah. Okay. Okay. No retracements whatsoever, folks. So I don't know if you want to trade no retracements for the time being. Coming down off the high. Go back to the hourly real quick. Okay. Upper quadrant of that 4 hour imbalance. And I'm not bearish, obviously, so I'm not looking to take a short because we are, like I said, in premium right now. Anyone else's mobile trading view app like glitching? Because I'm on my phone, I'm looking at trading view, and it's not popping up my watch list, which is weird. Like all these, it's not allowing me to look at them. I can only look at one market. I don't know why. Yeah, thing's glitching. Okay, well, is it just me or does that look really slow? Like I said, it could be just me. But that looks like it's lagging really bad. Hmm. Might do something real quick. You'll still see it? Okay, yeah. Still hanging around the upper quadrant. Sorry guys, I'm trying to figure out what the heck is going on with TradingView. What the? What's going on here? No idea. Okay. All right. Well, I guess it's just gonna be like that for right now. So yeah, looks like we are trading higher now, above the high, staying above the upper quadrant. Good displacement right there. Am I going to take that trade, or would this be a valid setup to me? No. So I'm not. If it wants to take it, that's fine with me. Or yeah, but I'm not going to take that. I'm perfectly fine with letting it just pass me by. Let's see. Let's mark that for the first presented for value gap. So here we go. Hits the high from pre-market right there. Takes that. Like I said, I wouldn't trust any of this right now going long. Well, I say that. Wait for it. This will still be it if it stays open. This is too small for me. And now, yeah, nope, never mind. I spoke too soon. And that reaction, that wouldn't, I wouldn't like that if I was bullish. I do like this though, because this to me is displacement, and we do have this inefficient. So yeah, okay. We'll treat this as the first presented fair value gap. It is a suspension block also, because you have a volume imbalance on the bottom and volume imbalance on top. See that? Volume imbalance, volume imbalance. It's it. Make it a different color. No, that's good right there. Okay, opening range gap comes down to the upper quadrant. Coming up on the first macro, comes down below 830 opening price. Yeah, no way. No way it doesn't come back down there. I'd want it to take those right there. See that? Oops. No. There you go. Actually, we're going to do that right there. Boom. Yep. Okay. Now, would you really want to go long? I would not want to go long from that. Okay, so we'll leave that on the 15 minutes, see if it can't draw back down here. Because it's, like I said, it hasn't had a candle body close, and we got 11 minutes before this hourly candle closes. Oops, sorry. Didn't realize it was like that. Okay. Let me check TradingView again. And it still says the same thing. I'm back now inside the first macro also. This needs to close above the midpoint on the 4-hour basis. I still don't know what's going on with TradingView, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, so it came back down into. So it looks like it took the low from pre-market. Sorry. Dropping down to the 1 minute. Yeah, took that low from pre-market. See if it can't get into this inversion fair value gap and support price. You know what? I'm going to change this because this is more like the displacement that I was looking for. So I'm going to use that as first presented fair value gap. See if it can come down here. Maybe sweep the low from. Actually, I'm sorry. It didn't sweep the low from pre-market. It swept the low from here when I said it. There's no way they would stop short like that. Sorry. Here's the low from pre-market. Go up to this chart right here. Smooth. All right. Yeah, I'm so confused. So I apologize, folks, for my attention has not been on the market. So it still didn't get down to this inversion fair value gap. So still it did stay in the upper quadrant though. So yeah, I'm not the only one apparently experiencing issues. Is there a volume imbalance? No. So I got about 3 minutes until the opening range is complete, which is going to be from here to here for right now. To only come down below the upper quadrant. Oops. Sorry, I looked away. I know this probably pisses you all off, but I don't care. So this low, this high, currently right now is the opening range. We'll see if it's still there. Bro, it's trying to come back. It's trying to come back on my phone. It's just like, I don't know though. Like I said, I'm still not very interested in this anyways, so like I said, it would have to come down here, accumulate, stay inside the upper quadrant, the upper half, midpoint, and then show displacement. Huh. Okay. So, yeah, I'm in the help center of the TradingView app, and before I even submit a help support request, it even says watch list loading issue. Users may encounter errors while loading to which is what's happening right now. Said they're working on to fix it. Okay, so we've completed the opening range. Did we? Yep. left it intact, so we are in the lower quadrant right now. Okay, 15. This thing comes up, stays in the upper or in the lower quadrant. Could see it coming down to this low and this low. I'd like to see it take those. It is inside the first presented for value gap as well. It's not very clear to read, right? Because you're like, I'm bullish, but it's not bullish right now. Yeah, I get it. You want to trade that? No, no thanks. No, thank you. Okay. Um, I wish I had more to say, guys, but like I said, just because of the day, I told y'all coming into here, I was not real excited about the morning session. And lo and behold. So I'll probably stay on here for another 12 minutes or so. I'm only going to stay on here for till 10:15 because, like I said, I'm not interested in this. Plus, I have nothing to comment on. And even if it does pick up, I don't want to be sitting in front of the computer for 30 minutes waiting for it to do that. I'd rather do it on my own and, be, go do other stuff as well. Because I can monitor price action by myself. I'm a big boy. I know I don't sound like one sometimes, though. Yeah. Need to get this fixed. Yeah. So. Hanging around the lower quadrant of the opening range, and that first presented for value. Bouncing around. Nothing exciting. Still around the upper quadrant of the opening range gap. A lot of midnight opening prices over here. You also have the 8:30 opening price, which is hovering around. That's not, nice market structure in my opinion. Here's equilibrium. So if you look at, the range that we had yesterday, let's look at that. Now, obviously, yes, came up, consolidated around equilibrium, and then took off at midnight. But even if we take it from the rundown here to the rundown here, what chart do we use? Let's use the blank one. So, 4 hour. Actually, no, 1 hour. So we take it from the run from midnight, basically the start of this huge leg. From here to here, equilibrium is still like right around here. So, in my opinion, I would still need it to come down precipitously. Like I said, it's closed above here though. So the only way that it would need to remain, or to remain bullish, it would need to show me that if it draws back down in here, this inefficiency needs a support price. It does. If not, then we're losing it. About to take the low from, opening range low. I'm gonna take this off. It's got low from pre-market. See if it wants to come down there. Hovering around upper quadrant again still. I do like the fact that it's, whoops, nope, not that tab. I do like the fact that it's staying what chart? It's staying in the upper quadrant of this inefficiency. I do like that. It is hitting this order block, which is supporting price for the time being. I do like that. So at least it's not, like I said, screaming down. Yeah, I'm still not liking anything or everything yet. This is yesterday's high also, by the way. Right there. Actually, we're below it. Oh, because we started. This is the high from regular session trading hours. So we started up here yesterday. So I've already taken the high from yesterday. I'm studying, seeing if in this wick right here on the 15-minute. Can't trade up to the midpoint. False. Yeah, about 4 more minutes, guys, or 3 more minutes and change, because I just not interested in it. Because the fact that it didn't hit this inversion fair value gap either, hasn't come down to the midpoint yet. Like I said, it would, to me, it would need to stay above this on a closing bait. Well, it did on the 4 hour, but it would need to, if it does come down here, it needs to stay above the midpoint if it's gonna, continue higher. But like I said, it's not in any rush to do that right now. And this is all messy. Are there any clear and obvious PD arrays that it's respecting? No. Okay, guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. It's close enough. I'm done for the morning session because, like I said, if it trades up higher to whatever, that's fine. Like I said, I'm not gonna chase it, and like I said, it's not pretty whatsoever. So that's gonna be it for today. Sorry, it wasn't as exciting, or we didn't get a lot of good price action, but that happens. That's just trading. Uh, Anyways, so we'll be back at it tomorrow. Nothing on Friday. I might introduce TJIF tomorrow, which is another ICT concept. So um, that's what my plan is, to see if we have something from TJIF. Anyways, like I said, just be careful out there. From today, just be smart. Anyways, that's gonna do it. Be safe.